Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner. I'm Kev and happy Friday. Hope you're all well. Hope you're feeling great. Hang on, just get that a little bit out of my face. Woo, what a week it's been, eh? What a week it's been. I might be a little bit quiet tonight. I've got a massive head cold at the moment. I woke up full on migraine, face swollen, stuff just spewing out of me, aches and pains all over, all the awesome stuff that Nurgle can bring you. But yeah, I'm here, and I've got my big hot mug of bin juice. Oh, that's a bit too hot still, but nonetheless, we're all good. I did run out of Lemsip actually, which is a shame. I do like Lemsip with like a spoonful of honey. That smooths everything over so nicely. But anyways, I digress. Let's have a look and see who the early birds are today. So we scroll down, we can see we've got Scroggy Mini Painting. How you doing? Void Captain Bazooka, hope you're well. We've got Tabletop Ready Minis. Hope you're all good. Go down. We got Bad Fish. How you doing, mate? And that's it for now. Though it does say there's more people watching. So if you're watching quietly, don't be afraid. Say hello in the chat. We don't bite. We're a friendly bunch. And if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and the like button. Just give it a good old slap. And that way it will help everyone else be able to see what's going on. No man flu. It's not man flu. It's a head cold. There's a difference, you know. By far, I think a head cold is worse, but you know, because migraine. But anyways, I digress. So before I start rabbiting a bit too much, I think we should get on to introducing our guest of honor tonight. It is taken us months and months to arrange this, hundreds of hours, about 1 million like favors were called in. We had to contact so many different people to arrange this, agencies, managers. It was crazy, but we did finally manage to get the one and only Ross Graham from Fauxhammer. But hang on, it says he's gonna have to unmute himself, but let's bring him on. There we go.
I'm unmuted.
There we go. I forgot that when you mute someone, you can't unmute them. They have to unmute themselves.
Fine, I'll speak to my agent about getting us a better platform.
Oh, wow, there we go. So, oh look, Different Gear TV is in there as well. How you doing, mate? So yeah, here we go. Mr. Fauxhammer himself. How you doing, man?
Hi guys, good. Thanks for texting me last Friday and saying, do you wanna get on the show at some point? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, you just spoiled the illusion, man. Just spoiled the illusion.
Sorry. If anyone reads the site, people know I tell the truth. I can't lie, no matter what situation you put me in, even if it's just to extend.
Well, I did contact you a few times before that to try and sort of like push for you to come on, and then I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's a definitive. You are coming on. Just tell me which bloody Friday.
So you took the being my wife approach instead of asking. You just told me. Right, you're doing this.
Yeah.
And you're doing it then.
Hey, look,
because I've arranged it. All right.
If it works for the wives, then you know it's got to work for mates as well.
It has. You're gonna have to cook me tea though at some point as well.
Oh, blimmin' hell. Maybe one day. So what have you been working on lately, mate?
Honestly, not much. Like I've had like probably 4 or 5 months of hobby block and writer's block and and sick of lockdown and all that. So I've not worked on anything. But with I don't know if anyone's heard, but there's this new thing coming out called Warhammer Imperium.
I've heard whispers of it. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So obviously no one knows anything about it yet, but I believe that that's real. And in honor of Imperium coming out, I decided it would probably be a good idea to actually make a start on the models we got from the Warhammer Conquest magazine
Yeah.
nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
um,
Makes sense. Yeah.
so,
Do it now when it's almost about to come out. Don't pressure
exactly.
yourself.
So I figured I can stay one magazine behind, not two. So I'm in the middle of building. So I've done all my Plague Marines, and like many people, I think we've all got about 7 typhus now. Will that go in focus? I don't know. Yeah, no, because there's too much. My camera loves me; it can see my face. So I've built all my Plague Marines, and now I'm onto the Pox Walkers, and I can't actually believe how many you got in this series. It's ridiculous. There are, I think, I've done 20 there. I started doing them in batches of 10, so I put all 10 together, and I started building like 3 of the same model, and then I found another bag that I'd put them all in. So now I'm like going back through and building them. So that must be 10. That's 40, 50, 60 Plague Marines is what I'm. Pox Walkers is what I'm working on at the moment. Just building them. It's not fun. It's not fun, Kev.
Well, I can imagine.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it's similar to because I remember just doing those 10 box walkers. I was like, that's enough of that. Didn't bother doing them again. And it's the same with the chain rasps for the Nighthaunt. You're just like, long. I mean, it's all one piece or 2 pieces stuck together. Fine, easy. The mold lines are not that bad actually, because they've actually been getting really good with the mold line control. To the point where I think it's the best it's ever going to be. I don't think you can ever fully get rid of it.
Buy a Gundam and they'll prove you wrong.
Well, but
anyway,
it's well out of my price range. He says, the one who keeps buying Warhammer.
Not just you.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think. Hang on, let me just pop this out the way because I don't need it just yet. But just looking at him, I'm just like, yeah, they're painting it because all the wispy, swirly, flimsy bits, and it's just like
And the gaps do my head in, like in the robes. Like I'm one of them. I don't know whether it bothers you so much, but the gaps are the things that stick out so much on a model.
Yeah.
And on the chain rasps on them robes, like they've been smart with some of them, but there are just some places where it's like, yep, that's gonna be forever a line unless you buy product placement some of this stuff.
No, you don't need that.
You do, and some of this make your own. This is sprue goo. It's
sprue goo.
I've
never bothered.
A bottle of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to make it. It's a bottle of that. That's all my old Conquest sprues.
Yeah.
In there, it makes perfect plastic putty.
Does it stay like putty-like for a long time?
No, well, same as the glue. It'll take a good while to dry, so I tend to leave them overnight before I start scraping them. But if you wedge some of that in the gap for big gaps, and then you can just scrape it down like you do a mold line.
But how long does it last in the jar?
Oh, it's about 2 years old.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just, to be fair though, I do keep topping it up with more sprue and more goo.
I suppose glue. if you're gonna make sprue goo, then it makes sense to go for a cheaper alternative to the plastic glue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey Roland, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Everyone in the chat, let us know what you're working on tonight as well. What projects have you got going on? What you got planned this weekend as well? Mr. Ross Graham, you're working on the Poxwalkers and the half a dozen typhuses. Is it typhus or typhuses?
Typhi. It might
Typhi.
Oh, no. Is it a word originating from the Grecian lands?
Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna just use some like magic wizardry. Whoop. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing, right? So, this is what I've got on my table. I have the fourth and final premium kit from Mortal Realms. It's the Blades of Khorne, and with it you got some Bloodhounds, you got a Bloodmaster, I think it was, and then you got 10. Was it 10? I think it's 10. Blood Warriors. Let's just see. Was it 10? I think so. I've already built a bunch of Blood Warriors before, actually, back when... Yeah, it's 10. So I already built a whole bunch of Blood Warriors back when Age of Sigmar first launched. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. And I've built both the two-handed variant and also the hand shield and the weapon variant. I honestly have to say, I don't know if the rules have changed for them, but having that little hand shield is a blast, because every time you make a save, what was it, like an armor save or 6 or something, you punch them back with it. So it was like, yay! Hang on, I wonder if this, yeah, it's got to have their the war scrolls in here. Blood Warriors, Gore Fists. If an unmodified save roll for an attack made with a melee weapon that targets a unit that includes any models armed with a Gore Axe and Gore Fist is 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 more. Huh? Oh, no. It's not. Well, I think it used to be a save, but now this is different. It's when they get hit with a 6. An unmodified. Hang on. If an unmodified save roll for an attack made. Oh no, I was right. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused. Sorry, I'm like brain dead. Like I'm just a zombie. It is if you roll a 6 on your armor save, then the attacking unit suffers a mortal wound. Just like that. You just punch him in the face with the spiky shield. I mean, that's cool. So yeah. But, I mean, why would you build them any other way? But I'm actually more excited to try and build some stuff I haven't done before. So we got the that demon dude, and we also got the bloodhounds, because you know bloodhounds are cool, and got a lot of random. Got a lot of random bases actually. I didn't notice that before. I've got so many long bases.
What happens when you collect Mortal Realms? You're just like, right, I'm going to take that out. I'll put it to one side. I'll come back to it later, and then I'll put the bases over here. And then before you know it, you're just like, what did this go with? What did that go with?
Oh, there is 5 bloodhounds. Oh, lol. Okay, then there isn't too many. There's just the right amount. I thought there was only 3. I'm getting confused with Griffhounds. Brain help. So yes, that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. I'm going to be putting these cool minis together. I mean, this dude just looks pretty darn sick. Like, it's got tons of cool details on him. You know, like all the skull work and everything like that. You know, I've never really been into demons, to be honest. But this is pretty cool. Are you being summoned?
No, it's whenever someone opens my front door, I'm in the room where the bing bong chime alert is.
Oh.
So you'll probably hear some background screaming at the moment as my children's friends get sent home.
All right. Yeah, fuck off. It's bedtime. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I love my kids, but it's Friday night. Leave me alone.
You we were actually talking about that earlier, about the whole I love my kids, but
Yeah.
that whole sentence just says it all.
I think that's when, like, somebody said to me when my daughter was first born, who was my first child, she was like, people were like, do you feel like a parent? I was like, no, not really. And that that lasted a while, and then somebody asked me like a few months later when they sort of fell pregnant, were having kids. It was like, do you feel like a parent now? And I was like, suddenly yes. And I tried to think back to what was the point where that changed. Where did it change from like fear? Because it just naturally happens.
Yeah.
And I think the turning point was the point when you turn around to your kid behind their back and just go,
But you don't dare let the missus see that.
oh no, God,
Oh, no, 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 no.
no.
Yeah.
And we've all done it. Like all dads. There is no dad out there.
There'll be a
who,
point
at
where
least
the
with a
kid
1-year-old.
will push you to the point where you
Oh,
just go,
God.
you know what?
Yeah.
You, right? Just,
Yeah.
I love you. I'll care for
But-
you. I'll feed you and clothe you. But if you say one more thing to me that starts with the words dad, you know, you just, you'll have a long walk, mate.
It's how they sing it as well. They don't go like, you can tell, can't you? Because there's dad, and they've got a question, but
Yeah.
it's dad when it's the long drawn out. It's like, oh God, what have you done, or what do you want?
Yeah, or dad, dad, dad. It's like, dude, I haven't even had the chance to reply to the first time you said it.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it 5 more times? Calm.
We whinge, but we were all there, weren't we? Like, unfortunately, our
Of
brains
course.
just don't operate at the speed theirs do anymore.
No, not anymore. Like, just a moment pause is an eternity for a child.
Yeah.
For us, it's like not long enough.
No, it's like, finally I can inhale.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, we would laugh and joke about it, but I'll tell you what, it is life changing having children. And
Yeah,
it's those little moments where they do something, they learn to do something themselves, or they have a clever moment and it just makes you smile. And it's just like, that's the moments that make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
The
Like
rest of the
teaching
time, you just want to kill them.
Yeah. Like teaching them to paint minis. Daddy, can I use your brushes? No. You turn around for 2 seconds and your Winsor and Newton Series 7s having this treatment on the model where they're just trying to do a dapple effect. I love
Yikes.
my kids. I love my kids. I love my kids. I love my kids. I have to recite that mantra to remember that I do.
Yeah. Kerry Commissar, how you doing, mate? Glad you could join us. Just pop in by. I'll watch back later. No worries, mate. Have a good one.
Who's working on stuff? What's people working on?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Scroogey, Curse City. Hey, somebody got a copy of Curse City.
Oh, a couple of people actually did in the chat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I actually I just didn't have the money for it anyway. So even if I did, I probably wouldn't have got a chance of getting it. But it's kind of a saving grace, really. Especially with Imperium coming up as well. I kind of have to brace myself for the overlap I'm going to have.
Overlap? How come?
Because I'm a month behind everyone because of the mess up they did in the beginning. So, I mean, I got some free issues for it, but it was like, but they're the ones that no one want now.
Yeah.
Like, everyone already bought like 120 Nighthaunt chain rasps. They don't need any more.
Oh God, yeah, like people fielding armies of 1,000 chain rasps and things.
Yeah. And it's just like, why would you do that? Because they're cheap and I can. And it's like, okay, all right, mate. Good luck.
I mean, that issue, what was it? $2.99 for, what was it? 10 chain rasps and paints.
Yeah.
That was insanely good. That was a brilliant deal.
That was crazy. Absolutely
Unfortunately,
crazy.
we're not getting that this time round. I think, when we look
Oh,
at
no,
the next
no, it wasn't issue 2. It was issue 1. You had the 10 chain rasps and the 3 Stormcast Sequitors, and then the paints came in issue 2.
Yeah.
With what was it? Wasn't the Myrmidon Banshees? It was the Grim Ghast Reapers or something. These dudes.
hang on a sec, there's a website where we can check the contents of all the Mortal Realms magazines.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that again?
It's www.faux, spelled Faux, hammer.com.
Faux sure.
Love it.
Oh dear. Hey, see,
The amount of times
another way of knowing that we're dads, right?
terrible jokes.
That's what it's all about. And we're the only ones laughing.
We are, yeah. Everyone in the chat's like just eye roll, eye roll. We need some eye roll emojis, guys.
Yes, the eye roll emojis in the chat, please. Crikey. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to resend something. So I'm going to do that quickly while this young man checks out the Fauxhammer website.
So let's see who won. So issue 1, yeah. 4 easy. Oh, no, issue 1. 3 easy to build sequitors, and 10 easy to build chain rasps.
There we go.
So with a combined retail price of £35 for those 2 models, and we got it for $2.99.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. The total value is $22.50. When I originally calculated it, I did it based on the chain rasp set where you get 20 of them.
Yeah.
But obviously we only get 10 of them in this thing. So it's the value of that issue was $22.50, and we got it for $2.99. That's pretty damn good. Issue 2, you did get a paint. The amazingly terrible Corax White. And 4 easy to build Miremorn Banshees. So well done. You know, I'm meant to be the guy who knows this stuff. And you know my site better.
Total guess. Total guess. But yeah, no, I mean they were good deals, weren't they? There's been very few that have been bad deals. Not mentioning one issue coming up, 78, 2 bases.
78 and 70. No, wait, 78.
Just the 2 bases.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
no, good point. They did that last time though in Conquest, didn't they? With the
for the repulsor tank, and it just But they had to make it balance somehow price wise.
Yeah, they did.
And at least in this one you get 2 bases instead of 1.
Yeah. So, or just do what I did and buy 5 of the repulsors. Don't buy the base, and then go and get the base from some eBay store that sells a third-party base. Bought 5, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I haven't built them.
Of course you haven't. In what world would you need 5?
I got them. I got them with this intention of, I can do some YouTube armor tutorials. I keep trying to do the whole YouTube thing, and I'll do some YouTube videos. I've got some skills now, and I have some knowledge I can teach people. But then 2 things. One, normally after I've had the idea, somebody the next week will release it. Like Squidmar this week did the how to build your models better video, and I'm like, you've used exactly the same products I would have used and done the same video, and you're better looking. So he's already done that. And then the other reason is I just hate editing video.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy it at all. I like writing.
It's an arseache, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That's
Premiere Pro is not an easy program.
Well, I've been using Wonderchef, and that year on year, it's been making leaps and bounds in improvements and additions to what it does. But it's still nowhere near the level of professionalism that Pro is, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And there's still features that are missing, or cost, a significant extra to have. And yeah, I just, it's just at a point where I'm only using it because when it comes to the renewal, they'll give me like a massive discount for the renewal price for the year. So it's just like, yeah, so I'll do that. But I'm thinking of making the move to Premiere Pro or Adobe or something.
Yeah, I think maybe that, honestly, doing that might help me, because I find Premiere Pro so overcomplicated, and I think that's what's putting me off it. Like I'm the sort of person who, when I learn something, I have to learn it to the nth degree, and because Premiere Pro is so in depth, I'm just like, it's overwhelming the amount of stuff in it.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, you're better off just getting yourself a simple program, that only handles like a couple of rows of footage or, like pictures or whatever, and a couple
Yeah,
of rows of audio. It's easy to keep track. You just cut where you need to, adjust the volumes where you need to, do star transition, and then,
mm.
job done. That's all
See,
you really need as well.
I did the one actual video I put a lot of effort into was my how to paint Silver Templars, because that I think it nicely fits in with the site, and because obviously we're covering the magazine and Mortal Realms and stuff, and I
Yeah.
really like the paint scheme. It's simple but striking, and it's a really cool chapter. So I do really like that whole thing, and I did that video. That took me a day and a half to edit that,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, do I have this time, this level of commitment? Yeah. I'm like, no, because I've got 2 kids and a wife and a girlfriend and a job.
Yeah, I mean it's different if it's your full-time job because
Yeah,
you're paying yourself for that time. But when it's an extra, it's
yeah,
hard to justify the amount of extra time. Um, yeah, and
yeah,
I get bogged down with, oh, this isn't good enough. Oh, I haven't filmed enough. I haven't done
yeah,
enough. I need more B-roll. Um, I need to do more this, more that. It's too blurry. How am I going to reshoot that? You know what? Forget it. I don't even
yeah.
bother script writing. I did that once, and I
Don't.
was looking more at the script than I was at the camera, and it just made me look really weird and awkward.
I've done the same. I think on one of my recent videos, because one of the things I've started doing is like every video I do, I always take a bit of B-roll and slap it on the after credits as like an outtake. It was always my favorite thing from like, you're probably a bit too young for this, but like Red Dwarf and stuff back in the day. My favorite episodes were
I ain't
they
too
did the,
young for that. What are you on
you
about,
what
mate?
you're only a kid, aren't you? Like you early
30,
30s.
33?
Yeah, exactly. Early 30s.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to my age, 37. Then you'll know
Oh, the 4 years
young
at
lad.
our age makes such a difference.
It bloody does. Like, right, you're saying it now, but when you're late 30s, it's different. Right. Is anybody in the chat who's like late 30s going to have my back on this? Once your 35 birthday hits, after that, it's proper downhill. Like it's like you just wake up every day with aches, and you're like, why is that aching?
That already happened when I turned 30.
Wait till you're 35, then, mate. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's gonna get worse.
I love it. Yeah, I definitely had kids at the right time then. uh,
That's it. But yeah, just you're right though. Finding the time to sort of hobby is like I would love, like I would absolutely love to make this my job, to do this. But you've just like obviously people like Squidmar have done it, like Emil, he's done it. Rob Bear, Spiky Bits, he's done it. I don't know if like Garfi and stuff have done it. I'm pretty sure. In fact, no, I'm certain Garfi's still got a job. So
yeah,
how he finds time to paint, no idea.
and
Um,
Guy from
my brother,
Midwinter Minis as well.
yeah.
He
So people like Kirioth as well. Kirioth, that's his job.
yeah. And I'll tell you what. Let's just have a moment to just like say how much like Squidmar has achieved in such a short amount of time
Oh
as
God,
well.
yeah.
He just came out of nowhere.
Yep,
He's obviously like
a marketing
media
expert.
marketing. He knows what he's doing. So when he stepped in, he saw the trends. He nailed it straight out the park. He got all the right footage, the narrative of each video right. Bang, bang, bang. It's just been non-stop, and
Yeah,
he's been a success from day one. He's got his own bloody brushes now. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
it's
like
crazy.
they were one of the biggest hobby Kickstarters ever. Like, I mean, to be fair, he's doing it in the wrong country. Like being in Sweden, the amount he's going to get taxed on what he earned
Yeah.
is insane. Like I sincerely hope that all the holdings for that are somewhere offshore. But
See, he's in Sweden. I thought he was in
yeah,
Norway.
I thought he was Swedish, isn't he?
I thought he was Norwegian.
I don't know. His earlier videos talk about IKEA a lot. Right, answers in the chat. Is Squidmar the one with the big teeth? Void Captain Bazooka has put, is Squidmar the one with the big teeth? I'm not going to comment. He is a well-groomed gentleman.
He is. So I've been neglecting the chat. I do apologise. We got sidetracked so easy.
That's me. I do that. Sorry.
It's all right, man. So Tabletop Ready Minis said he didn't. He must have been living under rocks. He had no idea who you were, but he's definitely going to check you out. So yeah, links to both the website and to his YouTube are in the description below. So check it out whenever you feel free to.
Leave this video. Go do it now.
Don't leave the video.
Sorry. Am I not on here to just promote me?
Oh no. I've given you enough exposures to pay for your time. Thank you. 100 million exposures.
He actually sent me some exposures before this video started, and I don't think they were meant to come to me, but I think they were addressed to my darling Candy, so that you weren't meant to send them to me, mate. Send them elsewhere.
That's my nickname for you. Because you're so sweet on my tongue.
I know. You know what? It's bad. It's bad when you are grossed out by your own joke.
Happens more often than you'd believe. So Tabletop Ready Minis is working on the Azurite ruins from the magazine. Mod lines were disgusting. Oh, yeah. I don't think it was too bad.
Just a lot.
Void Captain Bazooka, I don't know if you follow him, but you should do. He's working on a scratch built combi Volkite bolter. And it's like a pre-heresy type weapon. But he's making it from scratch with like tiny little bits of plastic card and that. It's absolutely crazy the detail he's getting, but it's pretty sick.
Can he put a link in the chat? Can I check it out? Can he do that?
I'll send you. I'll send you it.
Send me a link. Yeah.
Because it's mental, mate. And then Scroggy is working on his Cursed City. The Lucky Donut. What else we got there? Different Good TV is working on nothing, but 3D printing a chessboard for some reason. Nice.
Okay.
The original tabletop mini game, I guess. So nice.
Why isn't there Warhammer chess? There may have been, but
I think there has been.
No one steal that idea. I'm doing it. I'm putting it on Instagram first. Don't steal that idea.
I think it's already been done, mate. Like, I'm sure there's chess versions of everything out there.
I need to get after this. I need to go and get a chessboard, 2 armies, and have them like opposing a white army and a black army. One of them is obviously going to be sisters. What's a good white army? White Scars?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll do it, yeah. White Scars against... Yeah, do White Scars against Black Legion.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Tabletop Ready Minis said, my daughter only 22 months, but I remember when I was wishing for her to say daddy. Now she can. I'm not enjoying it as much. Everyone's like, yeah, I know the feeling. Oh dear.
Just gonna excuse myself 1 sec. I have to go be a parent.
Oh, good luck with that. I'll keep everyone busy, don't worry. So who else got? I'm on Fauxhammer at least once a day to figure out what issue to paint next. Nice. Oh, hey, you have a good night, Scroggy. Sorry, I didn't see you go. But yeah, it's good to have you by, mate. You take care when you watch back. Maybe better looking, but he's working hard, ruining his content every time he's trying to be funny. Ooh. Ooh. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Poor Squidmar. Evening Raven, how you doing, buddy? Glad you could make it. Let us know what you're working on tonight. Hope you're well. Voice says he's nearly 42 and no old man aches and pains here. I'm Astartes. Or maybe it's because you just don't move from the desk. You just are fixed in the desk. So because you don't move anywhere, you don't have any aches and pains. That's the only way I can say that you accomplish the work that you do. So what else we got going on here? I think it's from either Sweden, Switzerland, Norway, or Finland. Well, that narrows it down.
Somewhere in Europe.
It's too flash. I prefer the near-death Kev and his bin juice, plus the other CWG lot. The breast milk of wargaming. There you go. So
that was my favourite comment, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was an offhand comment from Spud from the Chili Wargamers when he said that they were the breast milk of YouTube. He said that a good few months ago, and it's just stuck because like they've been around for quite a few years, and they've had like up and coming people join their crew and then succeed. So, but they've sort of kind of fell behind a bit. So they're just like, yeah, you know, like eventually all these other people that have joined our network, they're going to be superstars with 100,000 subscribers, and we're still going to be here looking for new people because we're the breast milk of YouTube, and it just became a hashtag.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're good. They're good lot. Yeah, they're a good lot. Yeah, you know, if you ever want to have a sturdy network around you, you're always free to join. It doesn't cost you anything except some wits and banter and the ability to take a good ribbing. That's it.
I've had that for years. So I've done that. I tried to do my own like network building thing at one point, but never took off. But
didn't you take on a load of people to write articles for you?
Oh yeah, so interesting story about that. So we were talking about that just before, and I was saying so Fauxhammer last year, specifically me, was in financial ruin, and thanks to the community, they kept the website afloat, and I've now very much independently separated any finances that YouTube that Fauxhammer.com generates from my own personal finances, because when they're together, I'll just spend it.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I realized that, you know, after that, I've kind of got a responsibility to people to keep this going. And so I've separated it now, and we're going to keep it running. But generally, the idea was I had so much stuff at the time and so many people contacting saying, can you look at this? Can you review this? Can you cover this? And I was like, no. I panicked. So I did a shout out and said, does anyone want to come write for me? And we ended up with, trying to think, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5, 7 people joined. So we ended up going from me to 7 people. So that was pretty crazy, including one guy, Etienne, who's a translator, which is really good. And we started going through stuff. And then slowly, after time, people just started dropping off. I think people wanted to join during COVID when they had nothing to do. But generally, I think Trevor, who was in the US, he left first. He was an ex forces of some kind. I forget. I should have paid attention. He left first. Mini Painting Papa, go and check him out. Probably best for the American audience, but he's really, really good guy. And he came over doing the Ask the Artist series. So I said, like, yeah, run with that, and we'll get more audience and stuff and things. But he left to pursue his own sort of Discord thing.
Yeah.
Then we had Michelle, who was another American. She went to do a law degree, and so she's passed the bar and went to
congratulations.
Uni, and I've not heard from her. She didn't even really say bye. She just sort of disappeared one day, and haven't heard from her since. And then recently, one of the writers is Lauren, who I think she's probably 16 now, but she's 15. One of the best writers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But she's doing her GCSEs, doesn't get time. So she's done a couple of articles for us, and Even if it's something to go on a CV when she applies for jobs, she really wants to do it. I spoke to her mum and just said, look, you're putting a young girl on the internet in front of a load of hobbyists. People will inevitably have feedback to give.
Yeah.
Just need you to make sure you're happy with her handling that. And they were all good, really, really positive response from her. So she joined the team, but she's only done a couple of bits because they're busy. And then the main guys really were Ben and Rob. Ben was a Scottish guy who, again, really got years of experience. He runs his own podcast. He's got his own commission studio, Ashenhold Art. So he's really knowledgeable. He was great to have on the team, but he's got his second kid on the way. He just doesn't have time to do it. So he left just last week.
Yeah.
Which essentially leaves me and Rob. He just goes by Voltor on the site, but and Rob just wow, like the guy, I think he's early 20s, but the guy writes like lightning. Like it kind of makes me want to stop writing. The guy's that good.
Yeah.
So essentially now, so it's just the two of us now, really. It's me and Rob. Etienne, who's our translator, is still about. So he takes a lot of the Mortal Realms and soon to be Imperium articles and like properly translates them into French for us. Like Google does a bit of it automatically and then he corrects it. And he's still with us. So it's just the two of us really.
Yeah.
With Lauren sort of dropping in occasionally to like when she's got time to review a product or something like that. So me and Rob actually have got there's a new box set coming out. Games Workshop are releasing a new game. So Rob and I are going to have to review that tomorrow. So I need to get an early night tonight because my copy didn't turn up. So the only way I can review it is by having it. So I need to go to Warhammer World at about 7 o'clock in the morning to get in the queue for when they open at 10.
Oof. Lovely.
Yeah.
But at least, I mean, you're in the best place to celebrate a new release, right?
Yeah, I go for all the new major releases, to be honest. I went for, well, all the ones I'm interested in. I went for Indomitus, I got the first ever Indomitus box bought from Warhammer World.
Ooh.
Yay. That's got to count for something.
All right.
Just bragging rights, I guess. So I'm hoping to do the same again tomorrow with Dominion. And then, then I'm going to spend the weekend pulling it apart, giving people my thoughts, taking pictures of the models, the sprues.
Colouring certain parts in. Yeah. Those sprue guides were actually really handy, and it was a great idea of yours to when you started doing those. So it sort of helped identify the pieces a lot easier when looking at the sprue.
And I feel bad because it helps the scalpers break them apart easier and sell them. The amount of scalping eBay pages I've seen using my photos to like show, all they've done is took my photo and then whited out the bits that I've coloured in the different colours so that they can show the sprue that I'm doing. So that's a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It gets me some publicity. This is why I start putting the Fauxhammer logo on all the images.
Yeah, you got to.
You have, yeah. Like one of the things with what was it with when we did like the reveal? It was annoying when we were geared up because obviously we've got a relationship with Hachette now, and we were geared up to do the announcement for Imperium.
Yeah.
Like so we knew about it and we were like, right, we're gonna release what this magazine is, and then like 3 days before it got leaked, and I'm like, that was great. That's like 3 months setting up this exclusive magazine. Just
gone. That's it.
Oh no! What's going on?
Oh no, nothing's gone off. No, you're still here.
Oh.
I was just opening up a web browser. Sorry. No, but that was a bit of a kick, wasn't it? Because I remember you saying, "Oh yeah, look, Hachette, they're actually working with me. Like it's all on the hush hush, right?" But I mean, the cat's out of the bag now. But you're like, it's all hush hush. I can't tell you anything just yet. You have to wait for a bit. But I'll let you know when Hachette say I can let everyone know. I'll let you know first. And I was like, oh, that's really nice of you, man. And then you. Yeah, you got boned.
I remember messaging. I was like, Monday, mate, 9 o'clock Monday. Go and look here. And then literally, it was like that 8 o'clock that night. After I'd messaged you, it went live. And I messaged Hachette back, and I was like, "What's going off?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, our IT department." And it's always the IT department, isn't it? Always IT that gets blamed. Yeah, our IT department just decided to make the site live tonight. Thanks for that, guys. Thanks for that. Then they got us an exclusive picture of the captain. So before anyone saw it, that exclusive model that you get with Indomitus, we shared that picture. I didn't watermark it, and then every Tom,
Everyone
Dick, and
nabbed
Harry
it. Yeah.
was like sharing it. And then I literally like remember going to sites, going, "Where have you got this from?" Downloading the picture, looking at the EXIF data, and I'm like, "I'm the owner. You haven't even changed the owner of the picture." Like, thanks. And I think it doesn't bother me when people reuse assets I use, because I do it as well. But at least, come on, guys, if you're a content creator, at the very least, cite your sources where you got stuff from.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that grinds my gears.
And that's where I think you and I have sort of got on good terms, because I came straight to you first, and I was like, hey, look, I want to cover this news. Is it alright if I show off parts of your website or parts of your stuff? I'll put links in for everything, and I'll tell everyone it is straight from your mouth. And you're like, yeah, go ahead, man. And I have done ever since. I've always put the links in there. I've always made sure that everyone knows it's straight from you, because you're doing all the legwork. I'm just reporting it, but you've done all the research and everything. I think you've only ever had to call me up once, and I remember it was during lockdown, and it was for the Indomitus box, and you were like, there's a couple of bits in there that kind of... No, it wasn't Indomitus, actually, sorry, it was Mortal Realms. It was close to the beginning of it. You're like, look, do you know a bit about this stuff? And I was like, actually, I kind of do, yeah. And then you're like, okay, I just want to go over some of the price checks with you just to see if that's all right. Or do you know if any have been in certain boxes? I was like, yeah. Helps you that way.
That was it when we were. I think was it when Mortal Realms, when the army. It was when the army list came out, wasn't it? Or the picture of the army.
Yeah.
And we were going through the whole. We were going through that tiny little
tiny little blurry picture. And we're like, I can't see what the frick that is.
Yeah,
what?
Exactly. And it was like, right, what's this? Is that from a box set? Is that from a box set? I mean, thankfully this time, because of like the work we've been doing with Hachette, they sent us like a higher. In fact, they even sent me. I've not shared it, but they sent me the army picture of Indomitus. Not Indomitus, of Imperium, but they sent me the PSD, the Photoshop file, so I could see all the layers, so I could see the original photo where quite obviously that army picture that's like, this is what you get in the whole collection, was taken on someone's coffee table.
Yeah.
And then he's whited out the background, and then they obviously missed a model, and I think it was the Royal Warden, because he's been put in as a separate layer, like over the top.
Oh yeah.
So because it was missed out of that thing, so they've added him in later, even though he was the first model you get. So it was good to see behind the scenes. So it was a lot easier this time to scroll in and go, right, that's that model, that's this model. Yeah. But yeah, when me and you were trying to figure out, it was the terrain, wasn't it? That was a nightmare.
The terrain, because they had released them in so many different sets in different combinations. Yeah. And it was like, okay, so which set would be the best value to get your price reference from?
That's it.
And it was, that was a ball ache.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I remember that, and I think by the end, because every issue on Fauxhammer.com, I tried to do this is the value of the set. But when I've got to those terrain issues, I've just put, I'm not even going to try. Like, it's an empty box. I don't know what it's worth, because you could buy it in this small set and it's only one sprue of about 7, or you could buy it in this massive set where it's one sprue of about 12.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you're trying to figure it out down to sprue level, that's when things get complicated. I think I wasn't keen on the terrain with Mortal Realms, if I'm honest, because it's like a taster, like that little pyramid you get, like it's useless on its own.
It's part of a bigger set, isn't it? You need the bigger Storm Vault set to really make it work, and then you can have the bridge bits over it. But I mean, at the same time, they've been kind of clever with it. You know, you use it as like an altar or an objective,
Yeah,
and the bridge sections you can lay them down on the ground over the the marked out bits on the map and that. So it's a
yeah.
bridge. It's fine. That's fair. That's okay. But it does feel a bit like that's a half
I think
completed set.
spoiled by Conquest, and I think that honestly, I feel like this is going to be how it progresses with these magazines. Like every one is probably going to be that little bit more expensive, and the value is going to be that little bit less.
Yeah,
But in saying that, the stuff that we get, like the terrain that we get with in Imperium, it's nothing like Conquest. It's
no,
okay,
it's
but it's just
okay.
the same stuff you get in
Yeah.
the Elite Edition.
But I mean, if
Less
you
than
already had Conquest, then this is a great addition because the building
exactly.
parts will help break up the Mechanicus stuff because it was very Mechanicus heavy. You had the piping, the
Yeah,
plasma vent things, and then you had the big walkway as well, the Megalobin
yeah,
walkway.
that was yeah, that was fantastic. And buying a few of them would make sense. And the good thing is with them, they're all modular as well, so
So you could do a
there's
lot
nothing
with it.
stopping you. Yeah, you can do so much with a little kit. Whereas this one is like, this is a ruined building and that's a ruined building, and it almost feels like Games Workshop, not Imperium, but Games Workshop with that new terrain have taken a step back from their
Yeah,
modular approach.
which is a shame because Mortal Realms, we got a fair bit of that modular terrain.
Yeah,
Like the Sigmarite, no, not the Sigmarite, the Azurite ruins. This
yeah,
stuff, it is so damn modular. It's crazy. You can stack it, you can build it, extended, or you can make whole villas if you wanted, um,
yeah,
or you could just keep it as a simple couple of walls stuck together. And
yeah. That's it.
yeah, it's one of those things. But I do like the fact that they've gone um, in that direction with the terrain. I remember there being an interview with the guy who helps design the terrain and everything, and it was like about 6 months into when they started doing the Twitch streams, and the guy was like, "Yeah, like keep an eye out. Everything's going to be modular. Like wherever you go, you could swap, change, build whatever you blew well like, or you could just follow the building instructions. It's up to you, but there's no limits to what you can do." And like if 6 months later they started releasing these different kits, and it's just like what?
Yeah,
And then you see what like the guys in the train studio who build all the scenic stuff for the pictures and everything, see what they come up with, and it's like what? And then
yeah.
when people on the internet get hold of it and they start messing around, then you're really like, wow.
Oh no, some of the like we went to. I met. I don't know if you know. Do you know Brushstroke? As a content creator.
Yeah,
You yeah. So me and him got to talking a few years back and kind of built up a pretty solid friendship from then. And we met up at Warhammer World. No, not last year because obviously COVID. I'm saying the last real year, so 2019. And we met up there, and one of the things they had on display was a half built, just as the who are the bone guys?
the
The
Ossiar
Age of Sigmar,
creepers.
that's it. So Age of Sigmar Necrons had just come out, and like they had this partially built structure where it was mostly MDF foam core, got the models on it, hadn't been painted, and it showed you like all the stages they go through to build this huge, and you're talking like 2 meters by 2 meters, like width, and then probably the same in height, like whole thing with a castle on top and underground caverns, and there was a whole story where like humans are bringing offerings, and then they get these offerings are getting thrown into a pit and
The old
reconverted
bone
into
type.
money. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was fantastic. And just seeing the scale of that, and then I went back about 3 months later and went round the museum they've got there, and it was there, it was complete, and I was like, just the comparison of that from what it was to what it is,
Yeah,
and 4 guys working on it, it's just incredible what they do. So if anybody goes to Warhammer World, and if you've not had the chance, please do. You need to, when you go there, don't just go to the shops, go and
go
look
to the
around
museum. Yeah,
the museum. Wow.
100%. And they
I will do, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'm getting offered food.
ooh, lovely. And yeah, they like the ticket is for as long as you're there. Like you can go back in as many times as you like. You can take photos, videos, whatever. They encourage it because it's free publicity. But
Well, they're not keen on videos. Just to warn anyone, they'll tell you off.
Oh, really?
They'll say it's obviously because there's minors and stuff walking around.
Well, that's fair. But pictures definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Mythos, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Mythos from Frost and Fists. Our friends from Texas. Hope you're well, man. And Modeling for Advantage is there as well. How you doing, mate? Hope you're good. Who else we got? Elster Nation as well. One of the headlining members of the Chilling Wargamers. So I hope you're well, mate. As someone's asking if Elson got his kebab because he was on the live stream earlier and he was getting really hungry, and someone was asking, someone was tempting him with a kebab. I actually ended up ordering a kebab because I had the biggest craving for it. I hadn't had one in so long, and I was feeling so crappy, and nothing was like entertaining my taste buds whatsoever. And yes, I've gone and got a kebab with all the salad, and the garlic and herb sauce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
I agree with Elston. It's all about the balance. You have to have the salad in there with the kebab to balance out the salt. Right?
Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take that, Pickle. Who just joined us, by the way. How you doing? That's Josh from the Pickle Jar. He is 1/3 of the headlining act of the Chilling Wargamers as well. So hope you're well, man. Let us all know what you're working on and everything. It's good that you all joined us. This is Mr. Ross Graham from Fauxhammer, the legend that is. Links are in the description as well to both his newly founded YouTube channel and his very legendary website, where he's got articles on a lot of the magazine stuff from Hashit, but he's got tons of hobby tips and stuff like the best tools, paint guides. Well, and like we mentioned it earlier, like one of his favorites, and actually one of my favorites, is the Silver Templars paint guide. I actually really enjoyed that because you brought a nice grittiness to the paint scheme, and that actually led me, because around that time that I saw that, I started getting into Rich from Spray Black Studios, his grimdark stuff. So I saw how he was doing his, and I was like, ooh, I'll give this a try. And then I ended up ordering myself some AK Interactive pigments like the next day.
You do. Like, if you want to, anybody in the chat, if you want to do grimdark, right? Easiest way to do it: get yourself some methylated spirits, get yourself some AK Streaking Grime. AK 012 is the part number.
Yeah.
So get some Streaking Grime.
Don't do what I did and get dark grime, because that's just dark green. It's no good.
Weird, that one. It is weird, that one. But yeah, just get some Streaking Grime, cover your model in it, wait an hour, and then get a cotton bud, or what they called in America. I think that is what they call cotton bud.
No, Q-tip.
Q-tip, that's the one.
Q-tip.
That's man. No, I'm not even going to do the accent. Get one of them, dip it in spirits, wipe it off. Grimdark done, dead easy. And Zach Castagoon, I think, is it Zach Castagoon who does the Grimdark Compendium? He's made a killing doing literally painting a model like anyone would, doing nothing but base coats, spray it with AK Interactive Streaking Grime, wipe it off.
Job
Grimdark done.
Yeah, I actually gave that a try with the Horus Heresy Captain in Cataphracti armor.
Oh yeah.
Where I just did the base coats. I did a little bit of highlight work on the armor just to show, some light direction or reflection. And then I did the Streak and Grime, rubbed it all off, and then put some rust effects on it, and it came out really good. Like, to get it done quickly for like your whole units and stuff, that's perfect. You don't have to do layers and touching up with all the details and that. If you want to do standout character, I would suggest just do that little extra work.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
get the fine details in there, like I did with the Stormcast Night Quester. I worked hard on that one. Too hard, I think. But it came out all right. Actually got featured on Warhammer TV as well. So
hey,
yeah,
worth it then.
Hobby bucket list. It's getting ticked, man.
I think like I'm never gonna get on there anymore because unfortunately I either convert my models like far away from what GW would allow, with like 3D printed parts. I've been doing some samurai models at the moment, with some parts I got from a good supplier, a new guy called the Custom Bit. But obviously, when you start using 3D printed parts, GW just will not touch you when it comes to like featuring your work. Also, I'm nowhere near as good a painter as most people, so the other reason I'm not featured on there is mine are just crap.
They're not too bad. They're not too bad at all, mate. I think you everyone is their worst critic. I think everyone in the chat can agree with that. You always critique your work harsher than anyone else would.
I don't know. I mean, I've been married for a decade now, so my wife is my worst critic.
Ooh, controversy. I won't say anything unless she's, just in case she's watching. Don't want to get in trouble with Mrs. Fauxhammer.
That's it. One of the things she critiques: "Are you painting again?" It's what she sounds like as well.
I got that a lot for a while, and now it's, I thought you said you were going to do painting tonight. I thought you said you were going to do some editing tonight. And I'm like, I can't be bothered. Well, it's too much hassle. It's like, well, don't have a go at me if you don't get it done. It's like, all right, if you're going to take that tone, I might as well bloody do it. I can't handle that nonsense now. That's the guy from Spiky Bits, right? Which guy?
Rob Bear's the guy from Spiky Bits.
Ah, okay. Well, Spiky Bits have got a bit of a tumultuous history with the community, I think. They were largely popular for a long time, but then they started getting a lot of flack for being clickbaity, didn't they?
They did, but I think...
But it's like... Okay, there's some examples where you're like, dude, that's a bit too much, but then as a whole, you kind of got to say you can't always blame the player. You have to blame the game.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
People complain about clickbait all the time, but look at all the top content creators. They're clickbait all the time, and yet they get the traffic. So they might have a couple of people like piss and moan about it, but as a whole, it works. That's why people get peed off with it, because it works, and they're like they feel a bit duped by it.
They do, yeah. Like, I think the worst ones are when you don't answer the question you've proposed. I mean, I got that. I got that with a lot of trolls. In fact, one of my main trolls is now a good friend of mine because we got to talking and stuff. And I just like, so we actually talk quite regularly now. But one of my first articles that I did was like, right, I'm going to go and find out what the best brushes are. So I went and got the brushes. I surveyed like loads of Facebook groups, and I think I got over several thousand results, pulled them all together, got the top 10 brushes, tried them out. And, so my article it's a clickbaity title, the best brushes for painting miniatures.
Yeah.
Or the best brushes for painting miniatures. But then at the top, I put in crystal clear letters that everyone seems to skip past. There's no such thing. There is no such thing because, first of all, a brush is a natural product. You're not going to buy two brushes and they be identical if you're buying natural. And two, it depends how you paint.
Yeah.
But here's 10 of the most popular and why they're popular. So, make a decision based on what suits you rather than do it. So yes, it's clickbaity because I'm not telling you what the best brush is, but if I don't put that as the title, no one's going to find that information at all.
Yeah.
Or they're going to find a site where people are just trying to sell them the most expensive brush for an affiliate click.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, like I've tried different brushes over the years, like uh, not in like a serious capacity or anything, but like like you get the odd Winsor Newton or Mary and Co. Just like just because you're buying a new brush and you need it, and you're like a teenager, and the Games Workshop's too much sometimes, and then
Yeah,
um and they do the job, they're okay, and sometimes they're really good and they last and they do you well, and other times they're just naff. And but it wasn't until earlier this year I actually started no, actually it was Christmas. I got myself a set of Broken Toad
oh
brushes,
yeah,
like,
they're nice.
and it was the Klinsky Sable ones, my
Yeah,
first like proper premium set of miniature brushes. I've had no problems with them whatsoever. They clean up well, they hold their
yeah,
point beautifully. I very rarely have to use the tiny one. Like with the Games Workshop brushes, I was using the Artificer one a lot, even
yeah,
though like you got so many, like you got your layer and detail brushes and all that. I'll just either use the shade brush, the standard brush to block in all the colors, or the
yeah.
Artificer. With the Broken Toe ones, I'm using the size 2 to do pretty much everything,
Everything. Yeah,
except like, and to the point where I can even just white the eyes and the teeth, because it's
yeah,
got that beautiful point on it, and
exactly.
because it's got that nice well on it, it holds enough moisture in it that I don't have to keep dipping back. I think to
That's
get the full benefit of it, I will have to eventually upgrade to a wet palette, because as good as these disposable palette cards are for like keeping track of your paint schemes and everything like that,
yeah,
they do dry out quite quickly, and I think I need a bit more longevity with my paints if I'm gonna sit
yeah.
for a few hours. But yeah, and then I ended up winning a set of the Fugazi ones from when the Pickle Jar did the raffle. Um, Originally, Elston actually won because he won 2 prizes on that raffle. So he's like, look, I got those brushes already. Re-roll to see who gets it. And luckily, I got it, which was
Hey,
amazing. Yeah, so I got a set of each, and I've been using those ever since I got them, just to see how
yeah.
much they can take, and I'm using them for like really rough work. They're still holding up. Um, so
And that's what you want, isn't it? You want good quality that let you paint well, but value for money. And I think that's where that's where you get the haters, because people will go on and they'll hear Artist Opus are the best brushes, and I'm using them for example. That's what I use is, and I'm like they do Artist Opus sell the set,
yeah,
and why would you not buy the set with the box? Because the box is bloody sexy for like that set, and it says I'm a miniature painter and I take my hobby seriously.
yeah. It's
That
that
box is
little wooden box with the
yeah,
nice soft inline.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah, and that's what makes it. And I'm like, I could buy the brush, and I'll be honest, I bought that set. I only ever used the size 3, from their Series S. I only ever used the size 3 brush
yeah.
because the point is so good. But since having it, like I have painted a lot over the years, so and I reviewed that. They didn't send it me. I paid for it, and I still gave it a glowing review because they're brill. But I've bought. I went back to. I was at Element Games. I went up for an event, and while I was there, I thought, oh, I'll buy 2 more of these. One of them was absolutely trash. Like I got it home, I used it, absolute trash. Like it lost its point straight away, and that's the problem. You can get that. So people will go online and hear Windsor and Newton are the best. Windsor and Newton are the best. So everyone's buying Windsor and Newton because that's what they've heard is the best. But because there's more people buying them, and
There's
trust
more
me, like
chance of a trash set.
there's more chance of a trash one.
Yeah,
And if you have a bad experience, you'll tell 10 people. If you have a good experience, you'll tell 2. So the problem is there's just more people out there, and the amount of people who buy and use Windsor and Newton compared to the rest, like trust me, I've done the surveying in this community. Like it's nearly 40% of people are using Windsor and Newton versus other brushes. So you're gonna get more hate on them than anything else.
Yeah, and I do think like that's partly why the Citadel brushes get a lot of heat as well, because there are brushes in that set which are go-to ones, like like the large, no, not the large, but the medium shade brush. I've had that for years. It still does its job perfectly, and I always use it. And the Artificer, I haven't had a single problem with that. That's the only one that's ever kept its point for more than 5 minutes. But I've had sets and sets of the brushes, and especially because the magazine series, when you subscribe, you get a set of brushes from them, and they're not like the crappy beginner ones that you get like in the first issue. That's you know, you might as well just finger paint.
You really ought to.
Or grab some leaves from outside and just start brushing it around. But yeah, I've had the set. You know, like it's got a large dry brush, it's got a medium brush, it's got a detail brush, or a small layer brush or something. And I've had 4 sets of those, and half the time they've been good, and half the time they've been crap. And it is literally just your pot luck, you know, because with brushes it's very hard to have like consistent quality control, because it's about the amount of time you spend using them and how you use them, which results in the way they end up. So
it's hair, isn't it? Like, you know, it's like picking 10 hairs off your head and complaining that they're not identical.
Yeah. Oh, look, these ones are grey and these ones are black.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, okay. And then you pick from the other side of your head and there's no greys, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, and that's it. So, you know, when you're trying to compare one weasel's bum hair to another weasel's bum hair, which is what you're painting with, guys. Sorry if that's new. You are. So, you know, every time you get a brush and you go like this with it,
you're licking a weasel's butt.
If you've got Kalinsky stable brushes, so it ain't from their shoulders or their back, it's from their bottom. So, but yeah, so that's what you're painting with. But yeah, you know, it's a natural product. It's not. These aren't strands that are made by anything identical. One's not going to be identical to the next, and you're just going to get this. So the tip I always give someone is, whenever you buy a brush, get some water before you use it. Get some water and just swirl it round on a flat piece of paper or something. Make sure it goes back to a point, because if you use paint on it, you've used it. If you use water on it, you can send it back. And especially if you're buying online, you've got 14 days to return anything that you've bought in the UK. So
that's some solid advice right there.
Yeah, so do it. I do it all the time, to be honest. Like, and it was a tip I got from an art supply store that said, "Do you want to test this before you buy it?" And I was like, "What?" And they had a little pot at the end of the aisle of water for all their brushes.
For real?
You just do a water test. Yeah. I was like, "Oh crap! Yeah, of course, that makes sense, doesn't it?"
That's cool. That is pretty cool. So let's not neglect the chat. It's been a while since we had a nosy in there. But they've been keeping in good spirits. So hello, Pirate Queen Piggle. Hope you're well. Sounds like a toddler's tea, Elston. I know you're small and all that, but you need to eat properly now. Oh dear. Oh, because he had chicken nuggets and chips and beans rather than
I haven't eaten yet.
Rather than kebab.
Stop talking about chicken nuggets, chips and beans.
Ravens Rook says brushes will be personal preference. However, Broken Toad are the best, and that's got nothing to do with the fact that he's a mate of one of the co-founders of Broken Toad. The works are the best.
Yep, brushes are a personal preference,
but these are the best.
Toad are the best.
These are the best. Yeah. I mean, I endorse them just because I do like them. I've used over the years. I've used different ones, not so much recently. Quality could have changed on the other big makes. Maybe it's something I'll look into, but for now, I'm really happy with them. I haven't
Yeah.
had an issue. So I can confidently say, look, I haven't had an issue with them. They worked really well for me. Maybe you will like them as well. And I think that's fair.
Same as I like to say. I use Artis Opus brushes because they work for me. I've had a dodgy one, but that happens.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate. You know, I've had. In fact, one company sent me brushes, and I'll not name names. One company sent me brushes to review for free. After seeing our article of the best brushes, we reached out to loads of them, and the woman I was speaking to from the marketing team to arrange it had obviously sent a note to the person getting the brushes, and she'd written on this note, make sure the points on these are perfect because he's writing a review online. And then the person who got those brushes and sent them to me put that note in the box that came to me. I don't think I was meant to see that. But the brushes were good, but I ended up going to the shop and buying a couple just to compare, and they were solid as well. So I was like, right, I'll let you off for this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, chat.
Tabletop Ready Minis. The works are the best. £2 for 4. Smashing. Not bad. You got those brushes because of me. You're welcome. Yeah, I did say. Don't worry, Elston.
You did.
Yeah. What was it? I think you underestimate how childish I am. I referred to chicken nuggies. Everyone loves chicken nuggies, right? If you go to McDonald's and you don't walk away with a box of 20, like you're doing something wrong.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'll still eat alphabet letters because, you know, well, mainly because my kids leave them, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with alphabets.
Yeah, exactly. Smiley faces, go for it, man.
Smiley faces, yeah. Turkey drummers, love them.
Pickle's saying he doesn't care about the box. He's not painty with it. That's harsh.
So
yeah, but
sexy.
you gotta have a nice box to store them in, man.
Yeah, pretty.
Unless you had jelly and ice cream for pudding, I'm not interested in your excuses. That's for Pirate Crew Pickle. There we go. Let's see what else. English lessons are next week, so I'll learn different. Oh, okay. There's some spice get thrown around between Elston and Pirate Crew Pickle here. So, oh, he had frozen a lion bar. Ooh.
What? Why would you do that?
He was talking about it in his stream earlier about how freezing certain chocolate bars is actually really nice. So apparently a lion bar being frozen is quite nice.
Wait, hang on, freezing or refrigerating? Because I have this argument all the time. Like, if you put a chocolate bar, any chocolate bar you get from the shop, go and put it in the fridge. It's 100% nicer. And also do it with Walker's crisps, especially cheese and onion. Put them in the fridge. They taste amazing. But freezing, are we certain we mean freezing, as in the actual freezer? Wouldn't that just...
I don't know. But actually, now that you're on the subject of crisps, we were saying how it's really nice having like a bite of chocolate and then some crisps at the same time. The flavor blend is on point. And he was saying like that roast chicken is the best one to do it because roast chicken isn't the nicest flavor of crisps. So the chocolate boosts it.
I totally get that.
I think cheese and onion, to be honest.
Have you ever tried, and everyone's tried this as a kid, dipping your McDonald's fries in the milkshake?
In the milkshake, yes. Yeah. We are best friends for life.
Yes, you have to. You have to.
That's it. That's all it takes to be best friends for life. Do you dip your chips in a milkshake? BFFs.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
dear.
it. Can we have a shout out in the chat? Have you ever?
There we go. Get myself on there.
Is that how you do it? Have you ever dipped your chips in a milkshake and then sucked your chip off, I suppose, but and we're not talking euphemisms here. This is have you
licked the cream off the fry.
That's it. Or else you get the hose again.
Oh, no. This is my level of humor right here. I love it. Feel free to come again.
I've got like 5 minutes to go before I'm summoned back to husbandly parenting duties. But we feel like we've just warmed up. We need to do this again.
Yes, we definitely do. And I gotta let you go to eat, otherwise you'll wither away before us.
I know. I would be. I won't. I'm a big unit, mate. Like, it'll be a while. Like, if I was ever stranded on a desert island, like I could probably feed the rest of them for as long as you need.
I just eat your ass.
That's it. We can do this again though. Like, if people are liking it, I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
So,
we'll get some love
in
hearts in the chat, and then we'll see who wants to have Fauxhammer back on. But this is all I've managed tonight. Like, I literally just
built this dude. Is that it? Wow. Like,
yeah, and then I clipped out these bits.
So this is what I've been working on.
I'm a
so there's my original 20 pox walkers.
Eesh.
And then there's the ones that I've done this evening. And then these are the two build and there. So yeah, I think I get the points for that.
Look, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, okay? And I can safely say that you win on both. But that's not the point. The point is that we enjoyed our time, and I get so easily distracted by like the chat and by you know, just having a laugh with my guests. So I never really accomplished that much when I'm, you know, trying to get something done on live stream. I normally, like, once live stream's finished, for the next half hour, I'll just randomly check stuff online, and then from there on, I'll be like solidly working for an hour, just getting some more work done on the minis, and I actually am more productive in that hour than I am for the entire evening. But yeah.
Then you tell the wife, yeah, I was on a stream till 11. She's never gonna watch it. Let's be fair. So, but yeah. So do you want to should we have a blitz through the chat and see what people have been saying?
Yeah. Just still talking about what was this? Different Gear TV said the GW ones that I have got from many years ago, they are good from getting earwax out my eyes.
What?
All right.
Out your eyes.
I would like to buy the Broken Toad ones, but with the Brexit stuff, I don't know where to go. They actually got European suppliers and US suppliers, so it should be okay. You could just go on their website and you can select the currency, and then you browse through the shop that way. But yeah, and Elston was mentioning how he's got a leaky point. So yeah, that's good. Let's see. Peppa Pig spaghetti shapes from Tabletop Ready Minis. Dude. Peppa Pig.
Nice. Yeah, no, I can see that. Alphabeti spaghetti and I still eat spaghetti and sausages, tins, and then I cut my bread up into little squares before doing it. 37-year-old child right here. I'm within on Peppa Pig.
Raven's Rook is feeling a bit ill from what we were saying earlier.
Bless you, mate.
And Mythos and Tabletop Ready Minis have given us tons of hearts. So
yeah.
Oh, he meant ears, not his eyes. Okay. I was about to say, how leaky are your ears?
Yeah.
Wait, did I misread it?
Yeah. Check that. You have got.
I did misread that. My apologies. Yeah, apparently I can't read, but that's okay. I have an excuse. My face feels like it's falling off right now, and the fact that I can actually string a sentence together is amazing. A feat of effort right now. So and that's you know, it kind of is when I'm like fully healthy anyway. But when I got a huge migraine and like I'm all congested and stuff, I just like aches and pains, and I'm you know I'm trying to pull your heartstrings, people. Give me some love, damn it.
Care, like and subscribe, even though most of you probably already have.
Like to subscribe.
How you know about this.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. Do you want to do your little sales pitch thing?
No, no.
Do
I mean, this is all about you. I came to join you. I'm not gonna take any kind of. I'm not gonna try and overshadow you. You know, I'm gonna fully support you. I think people should definitely, if they don't already, like, comment, subscribe, to my channel, and check out check out. I mean, I do a video once a year, but I am going to pick it up. I've got to, like, part of the Hachette thing we're doing now to get this exclusive info is I said to them, "Oh, we're going to be doing videos soon. Do you mind if we?" I can't say what, but do you mind if we agree such and such with you? And they went, "Yeah, yeah, that's fine. What sort of videos are you going to do?" I'm like, "Well, we're going to try and cover each issue and do this sort of thing, but mainly this and that." And they went, "Yeah, that's fine." So I've committed to it now. So it's a contractual agreement verbally.
issue.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Bruv,
yeah, I don't want to do that. So
nah, I tried to do that with Conquest. I burned out after the first 12 issues, and I struggled to catch up onto issue 30. I'm
yeah,
currently getting up to issue 30 now on Mortal Realms, like, and I tried to do the same thing with the first like dozen issues, like, and I just burnt out where I was doing like, this is what it looks like, this is build and paint, this is how you play through.
and
I
who
got
wants to?
too much time to edit videos, and
No, I know, but who wants that as well? Like, who wants to? Like, I think, with unboxings, like, someone said to me, someone quite prolific in this hobby suggested, do an unboxing, just do a simple, here's my impressions before, do a quick unboxing, here's my impressions after, and you can do that with anything. And I'm like, but who wants to watch that? I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch other people unboxing stuff that I want.
but you say
Like,
that, but then like the biggest thing with youngsters these days is watching other kids unbox stuff, and that trend is going to carry on as they get older because they've had that. They're going to carry, and you got teenagers now who are already used to seeing unboxing stuff and get excited by it because it's like a vicarious experience. So they might not be able to get it, but they can vicariously enjoy it through watching someone else enjoy it. It's the same. It's the same thing as watching people play Warhammer or build and paint stuff online. You know, like, or watching sports, watching people
yeah,
play video games. You know, like, I actually saw a meme before where a parent was saying, "Oh, why would you want to watch someone play a video game?" And then the person's just like, "Because I do." It's like, "Oh, whatever. I'm off to watch the game." You know, and they're off to watch football, and it's
but
like that
you're
you're
watching
watching other
someone
people
play.
play.
But the thing is, those people who do that, like the
What do you mean
presenter
by those
style,
peoples?
those people, yeah, exactly, you people, war gamers. But yeah, the people who watch those sort of or the people who present on those sorts of things, we talked about earlier when we were saying about what's his name, Squidmar, Emil. So Emil's got a presence, he's got a character, he's got an attitude. He's a very well groomed, attractive man who is like, yeah, and he's hitting the masses because of all those extra things he's got. I don't have personality. Like, trust me, I've been on this earth 37 years. I know I'm annoying. Nobody wants to watch me open a box and talk about it. Hi guys, so today we've got this Pops
Oh no,
Walker.
you did all right with the first 4 issues actually of Imperium.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
I
it.
think the key to that is having it early, like, and just having the exclusive thing to it, so we can go, here's the issue before it hits the shops. Here's what you're about to get, so people can see the nitty and gritty and stuff. But when you've got 10 people doing it, we're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not my bag. I don't think I can do that, but I'll figure something out. What do you want to see? Hey, guys in the audience, what do you want to see with Mortal Realms and Imperium?
Yeah.
Tell
Do
us.
do you actually enjoy seeing people go read through the issues? I know I've had a couple of evenings where I've just got like 4 or 5 issues together, and I've just gone, right. It's about time I just read through them. Might as well just read through them with some people in a chat, and have a laugh
Yeah,
about it. Um, I haven't done it in a little while, but it was good fun. I think it's the premium box ones are going to be more enjoyable, just simply because
yeah,
not everyone went for the premium stuff. So, I mean, like, I know we're on a bit of a tangent. We're supposed to be wrapping up, but I mean, like this issue is
Fine.
jam packed with so much info on Blood Warriors, Demons of Khorne, Flesh Hounds, and stuff like that. And then of course you got extensive builds and painting guides and that, and then of course you got an exclusive. I mean, you got the War Scrolls and that, but then you got an exclusive scenario and battle plan, which by the way is insane because it's all 4 of the premium kits fighting it out, which I mean is kind of very cool, right? It's a battle royale. So
Paint
you know,
guide's good, really good.
it is
Really
it is good, and it's easy enough to just tweak it a little bit, and you can easily upgrade your painting, right? Just with a final highlight or like a little like extra bit on the base or whatever. But
it's solid. Yeah, so that you're right, that sort of thing. It's exclusive, and people are like, "Oh, what have I missed?" And I really hope, like with what they're offering with Imperium, like honestly, I expect most people this time to be going premium. Like I know it's already an extra £1 an issue, but an extra £4 a month. Is it an extra £1 or £2 per issue for the premium? I can't remember. I've done the calculation. The calculation's up on my site, but mate, I did this like one night, half pissed. I don't even know if it's right. Like I never sense checked it. No one complained. But like just looking at the value of what you get this time with the 4 extra factions.
The Tau, the Tyranids, the Orcs, and the Chaos.
Yeah, like you're not gonna, and those are start collecting size level things. So they're like what 40? That's worth at least 40-50 quid a set. So when you think about it, what extra £1 an issue, extra £2 an issue in it.
Yeah.
So 40 quid for those.
And actually,
for like a 70 odd pound box.
Cleverly. Games Workshop actually, the premium kits, they ended up being set box sets for the run up to Age of Sigmar 3rd edition.
Yeah.
So that was clever of them, because now you can actually buy the minis that you would get in his premium kits, but in a box set at Games Workshop. So, and it did one for every faction, I think. So it was actually quite smart of them to capitalize on that.
That's it, and I think that's really good. So, but yeah, I was hoping to do the Dominion unbox. I got the message yesterday saying it's been shipped, and I was like, oh god, it could arrive tomorrow, and then we could do the Dominion unboxing live on your show. And then I messaged this morning to say, what's the tracking number? And they went, oh, this hasn't actually left yet. We've just registered it with Royal Mail. They're collecting it today. I was like, no. So I'm gonna, because I've got to review it. I'm gonna forego my review copy and just keep that as a spare. There's plenty of them available, and I'm gonna take my arse down there, Warhammer World in the morning.
Just make sure you get it out before the England game.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not getting the review out before the England game. Hell no.
Just don't do it on the same day even. We had one member of the network who worked his ass to the bone to produce one of the nicest videos I've ever seen, and it was a grim dark version of Sigvold the Magnificent. They done a reiteration of the mini, but it's like really clean, pretty boy. He's got some horns, he's got the big shield and sword and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and he grim dark the heck out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
And like he did scenic shots, everything, special effects, when there's so much detail. Released it on the Champion League final. Didn't get that, but it started getting views afterwards because we were sharing the hell out of it. Because why not? It was a beautiful video and it was great work. But it's all about timing, If there's a big sporting event, people don't like to think it, but there's a lot of sports fans in the community.
So. It's not. It's the reason I always release an article at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, because then I'm hitting everyone straight in, like right at the end of Hump Day, and I'm also, and at 3:30 is the balance between getting all the US people waking up or early morning and the people in like the UK, who's the main audience. Like thinking it, timing is everything when you release content. It really is. Like I've done, and I learned that from Twitter. I've done like. I painted all weekend. I did an Akira diorama. I don't know if you've seen it. But I took
Yes,
one of the Outriders
that
bikes,
was sexy.
and I was like this, and I was like, I was so proud of it. I'm like, this has got to make waves in the community. So on the Thursday night, I posted the black and white work in progress.
Yeah.
The Friday night, I posted the spray painted red, and then on the Sunday night, I posted the this is the final, and I'd photoshopped in the logo. So I got like 7,000 likes on the grey one, on just the plastic, 9,500 likes on the barely painted red one, and about 1,000 likes on the final finished product because I posted it on a Sunday night. And you're knackered at that point, so
Yeah.
timing is everything. So feedback in the chat, right? What we saw, Frost and Fists. This is about unboxings, whether or not we like them.
All right. He likes my style, my personality and presentation style. I mean, like,
that's what you need.
The presentation style is a bit naff, but thank you anyway. It is improving slowly but surely. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Elston is saying he would enjoy watching me unbox something and then someone dropping a kebab on it.
Yep.
Just, yeah, sure. And then I eat it.
Have a gimmick.
And he enjoys my videos when he can hear me. Harsh, but true. Very true.
Try listening. Try listening. He's got a lot of important things to say. Try listening
man.
to him. No,
yeah, you would hear me if you just stopped talking for a second and listened.
There we go. Obviously, a dad.
All right. Anyways, what was it? It's the personality that gets him to watch my Let's Plays as well. Oh yeah. Because on Mondays I do the little playthroughs of the Mortal Realm battle plans. So
see, that'd be good. That's worth doing, I think.
Yeah, me versus me, and I'll tell you what, there are some really big twists. Like last Monday, he had a massive Necron force against 2 units of Stormcast. The Stormcast absolutely wiped him off the table with only 2 casualties. Absolutely full, because you were using what they called you had Stormsire and his 2 bodyguards.
Oh, I love him. That's the
and he drops so much damage, right? And then his bodyguards, they're the I can't bloody think of their names now, but they got the Celestial Arc ability. So after they drop all of that damage, because they got like 4 or 5 attacks, right? Then after they do their attacks, they then just roll 2 dice for each member in the unit on one specific unit, and if it's 4 or more, that's an instant mortal wound. And if you hit it out at 1 wound models, you just wipe them off the table in one go. Wow. It was just sickening.
I think that's the thing I don't know. I've never played any of the games. So there's only one. I've been into I've played, like I've been into the store and I've done like the roll the dice and do that. And when I was a kid, like I had one game with my mate. I'm a sore loser. That's the problem. So I don't like losing. I'm not good at games. And the only way I can win, even with Monopoly, is to cheat. But then I feel bad about myself. So I've never got into the games. There's one game in Games Workshop's entire library that matters to me, and that's Space Hulk, and they need to bring that back because that was fantastic.
I mean, they brought it back twice, didn't they?
Not properly. They've done like limited re-release runs. What I mean is, I want to see it back. I want to see all the original missions, and I want to see expansion packs. And I want to see expansion packs with Space Hulk Terminators and Deathwing Terminators, and they're the only ones that matter. But unfortunately, the further we get into Games Workshop's Primaris era, the further away Terminators get.
Yeah.
Yet with Space Marine Heroes, those are some of the most beautiful Terminator sculpts that have ever been made. And whilst I do like Primaris or True Scale over the original Space Marines, the Terminator Space Marines to me are just the best. They're like walking tanks. I just love the style of them,
They're
and there's
right.
not enough.
I think out of all the minis, they were the most coherently scaled. I think.
Yeah,
Like I mean, Guardsman the same size as Space Marines was a laugh.
yeah,
But
yeah,
the I mean, after fourth edition, I think it was, or fifth edition, when they properly had full on plastic kits or Terminators. That was when they had the scale just right.
yeah. They
and-
did the individual faction ones, didn't they? They did the Blood Angels one, the Space Marine one, or Ultramarines. Then they did the Wolf Guard Terminators and the Deathwing. I bought 3 sets of them when Indomitus came out, so I could customize the Indomitus Blade Guard with like Terminator shields and some awesome stuff. And I need to finish them, like all my models. I need to finish them, but they are just, the Terminators are spot on. And that, I think for me, that's when it comes to 40k, that's what I'd like to see back, some individualization of the factions. They've come away from that, and these upgrade sprues are, I think they're an embarrassment. I don't think they should exist.
I think it's just a cheaper way for them to do it, rather than releasing whole boxes of the same.
Oh,
thing.
I agree, and I certainly think I completely agree that is the approach we should take. You should get your standard Space Marine and then your faction specific sprue. Just do it better, Games Workshop. Do it better, because what you're selling us 9 shoulder pads, 9, like your typical 10-man squad. You get 9 shoulder. What's that about?
Exactly. Well, I mean that's so that you got your 5-man squad, your 3-man squad, and your character or hero.
Yeah, of course it is. It's so that you've got to buy another. It's the same reason hot dog buns come in packs of 8 and hot dogs come in packs of 6. It's that. But we know GW like to screw us a bit with the money, but we'll pay it anyway because we're addicted.
We are indeed.
So,
hey the Bard 79, how you doing, man? Hope you're well. And Lupus Canis as well, so you get in there. I hope you're good as well. Yeah, we were going to sign off 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and I've got my chips are getting cold. I'm eating one at a time.
Yeah. So I think we should just let you go. We got some bonus time with Mr. Ross Graham from Fauxhammer, and of course there is his links to both his website and his YouTube channel down in the description below. Go subscribe to both, especially his YouTube channel. He's currently got a competition running, so on release of the Imperium magazine, there'll be a randomly selected winner who will receive the entire subscription free.
Premium.
And it's premium as well.
Yeah, premium.
Ooh.
So you get the full and all the premium sets. I'm not 100% on whether you get the binders, but I would imagine you do.
Yeah.
Like,
why wouldn't they?
I know.
But even still, like that is crazy. That's what, 800 quid's worth of magazines.
Yeah.
And
the
that's
retail values over like, I think it's like 1,400 quid. 50, yeah. So
crazy.
So subscribe, tell your friends. I'll be doing an actual giveaway video that you have to watch and follow the rules and guide from. But yeah, I'm giving away on behalf of Hashat, who paid for it, 1,500 quid's worth of Games Workshop stuff, retail price.
Yeah, so definitely go, and so if just for that, but stay for the content surely, because he's gonna have some fantastic videos coming up soon, and of course he's got some on there already, which he says aren't that great, but I honestly think are good. And especially check out his website as well, fauxhammer.com. It's got tons of articles on every facet of the hobby, so it's 100% worth going to check out. And of course, over half of the Facebook groups that I got listed in the description are created by Ross, by the way. You got the Mortal Realms one, the Conquests ones, the Indomitus ones, the Paint Hub. Paint Hub was one as well. So
good communities.
Very good communities. So yeah, go check all those out as well. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on, dude.
No, thanks,
I
man.
really enjoyed it, man. We've got to do it again.
Yeah, I did as well. It's been really fun, actually. I didn't know what I was going to say beforehand, but it's just been
It's
fun
just flowed
hanging out.
naturally, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
we got
like
so
it.
much to talk about.
Yeah, we have. We've got. I think we've clearly got more to say, haven't we? We just haven't got time, and I'm hungry.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because I mean, I remembered that phone call where you called to get the like to help with the pricings, right? That was like a 2 hour phone call, and you're only
yeah, it
calling
was
up
like,
for a 10-minute thing.
have you got 5 minutes, mate? Yeah, and then 2 hours later, I was like, so what's that?
Yeah, and the kids clawing at my legs, going, "Dad!" I'm like,
Yeah, I'm the same.
So yeah, yeah, thank you so much for joining us, mate. As always, if you're not subscribed already, please do hit that subscribe button and the like button as well. Share it to anyone who you think would enjoy this video. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the show, about Mr. Ross Graham from Fauxhammer, and you know, some of the topics that we talked about. As always, there are plenty of links in the description below for all my social media stuff. There's links to all those fantastic Facebook groups. Go check out the Fauxhammer groups, they're amazing. His links are there as well for his website and his YouTube, so go check those out. And of course, go check out the Chilling Wargamers Network Facebook page as well. That's an amazing quality group as well. And then lastly, I've got my affiliate links down below, so if you want to order yourself or pre-order yourself some Mortal Realms magazines, go get them while they're still available from Forbidden Planet. And if you're going to get yourself some hobby supplies, then go over to Element Games. I've got the link there with the bonus reward point code. Make sure you enter that and get yourself bonus points, which is basically money back in your pocket on discounted stuff. So it's a win-win. And it helps the channel out with no extra cost to you. So yeah, thank you so much, dude. Big love to you. Oh, don't forget the raffle is still going, by the way. Half the tickets are gone. So don't forget, there's a link down below. Go grab yourself, only £2 a pop, and you can win yourself a start collecting box of your choice, £30 gift vouchers for Keep Gaming Scenics, a set of Broken Toe brushes of your choice, plus the conditioning soap to go with it, exclusive THC merch, and an exclusive pair of miniatures that has been donated by the fantastic Pagan Miniatures. So what's not to like? Yeah, okay. That's it. I think I shield enough. So I hope you all have a fantastic night, everyone, and stay safe. Big love to you. Peace. Just gonna turn the music up a bit now. Just let it time out. Oh, I can't headbang right now. Oh my days.
I thought on the hero now.
It's fine.
That'll eat my chips now.
I'll do some ASMR eating.